So, good morning, all of you. So, today we will discuss BGAM method. So, we have finished the simplex method problems. So, if you observe in simplex method, we are using all our less than or equal type constraints. So, less than equal type constraints. So, you are adding slack variables and you are solving the LPP by using simplex method. So, sometimes what happens is if any one constraint is greater than equal type or equal to type are equal type, then you cannot solve that particular LPP by using simplex method. So that's why the next methods are there. Those are BGAM method and two-phase simplex method. So one by one we will discuss. First we will discuss BGAM method. So before going to BGAM method, so we have to learn one definition, that is artificial variables. Artificial variables. Artificial variables. So before going to the BGAM method, so you have to learn artificial variables. So already you know slack variables and surplus variables. So what do you mean by slack variables? Slack variables is nothing but the non-negative variable which is added to the LHS of the constraint to make it as equality type is called slack variable. Slack variables generally used for less than or equal to type constraints. Okay. And then you have learned surplus variable. What do you mean by surplus variable? The non-negative variable which is subtracted to the LHS of the constraint to make it as equality type is called surplus variable. Surplus variables are used only for greater than equal type constraints. Okay, so why you require artificial variables now? Why you require artificial variables? So if you observe in simplex method, ordinary simplex method already have done 3 problems. No? If you observe that if the constraints are less than equal type, the initial basic feasible solution exists for the LPP. Initial basic feasible solution means unit matrix exists. Suppose 1 0 0, 3 constraints are there 0 1 0, 0 0 1. This exists. We have solved it. Okay. So suppose 2 constraints are there 1 0 0 1. Okay. If the constraints are less than equal to type, okay, for that LPP the initial basic feasible solution is unit matrix exists directly. So that means whenever any one constraint is greater than equal type or equal type, initial basic feasible solution does not exist. So for the existence of this solution, this unit matrix, you require artificial variables. So that means what is artificial variable is also added. So where artificial variable is added for greater than equal type constraint or less than equal type constraint, you will add artificial variable. Okay. So what do you mean by artificial variable? So if any constraint is less than equal type, if the constraints are less than equal type, automatically initial basic feasible solution exists. So whenever if you find a greater than equal type or equal type constraints, then for the existence of initial basic feasible solution, artificial variable is required. So artificial variable is always added. So artificial variable is used only for greater than equal to type constraints or equality type constraints if required. If required, you can use artificial variables only for greater than equal type constraints or equality type constraints. I think all of you understood what I mean by artificial variable now. So artificial variable is always added. Slack variable is always added. Artificial variable is also added. Surplus variable is subtracted. Okay. So if the constraint is greater than equal type or equal to type, you require artificial variables. Okay. So now we will discuss BGAM method. So procedure I have given already. So when you can understand the procedure, I will take one example problem and I will explain step by step. Then you can understand that procedure. Okay. So write down the first problem. Problem number one. Problem number one. BGAM methods writing. In that problem number one, solve the following LPP. Solve the following LPP. Solve the following LPP. Solve the following LPP by using. Solve the following LPP by using BGAM method. Solve the following LPP by using BGAM method. Solve the following LPP by using BGAM method. By using BGAM method. Okay. So right, minimum z equal to minimum z equal to minimum z equal to. So minimum z equal to minimum z equal to right on x 2x1 plus 3x2, 2x1 plus 3x2, minimum z equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. Next, subject to the constraints, subject to the constraints, subject to the constraints. Write on the first constraint, x1 plus x2, x1 plus x2 is greater than equal to, is greater than equal to 5, is greater than equal to 5. Second constraint, x1 plus 2x2, x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 6, greater than equal to 6. How many constraints are there? 2. And how many decimal variables are there? X1 comma x2 greater than equal to 0. X1 comma x2 greater than equal to 0. This is x1. X1 comma x2 greater than equal to 0. X1 comma x2 greater than equal to 0. Okay. Now, how many decimal variables are there? 2 decimal variables are there. This particular problem, if you want, you can solve this problem by using graphical method also. Okay, but you cannot solve this problem by using ordinary simplex method. Ordinary simplex method means you require all or less than equal type constraint. If any one constraint is greater than equal type or equal type, you have to use either big M method or two-phase method. So if you observe here, one constraint is enough. If you have one constraint greater than equal type or equal type, you can apply either big M method or two-phase method. So here both the constraints are greater than equal type. If one is enough to apply big M method or two-phase method. So two constraints are greater than equal type. So you can apply either big M method or two-phase simplex method. So first we are discussing big M method. So I will apply big M method to this LBB. Okay. So for applying big M method also the procedure is same as simplex method. Little bit difference is there. I will tell you the difference. So step number 1. So step number 1 in big M method or simplex method or two-phase method, whatever may be. So step number 1 is check your objective function is maximization or minimization. If t is minimization, convert the minimization into maximization. In the previous problems, what we have discussed is their objective function is maximization. So we have ignored step number 1. But in this case, what is an objective function is minimization. First, this minimization should be converted into maximization. Okay. So right. Step number 1 solution. Step number 1. Convert the minimization. Convert the minimization. Convert the minimization into maximization. Convert the minimization into maximization by using next line maximum z star equal to minus minimum z, minus minimum z, maximum z star equal to minus minimum z where z star equal to minus z, where z star equal to minus z. So that means what we get, this is nothing but maximum z star equal to minus minimum z. What is the minimum z value? This is the minimum z value. What is the minimum z? 2x1 plus 3x2. 2x1 plus 3x2. That means what you will get? You are getting maximum z star equal to minus 2x1 minus 3x2 minus 3x2. Maximum z star equal to minus 2x1 minus 3x2 where z star equal to minus z star equal to minus z, where z star equal to minus z. All of you able to see, I will write here where z star equal to minus z, where z star equal to minus z. Okay. Now step number 1 is completed. So now your objective function maximization or not? Maximize. Later on we'll see what is z star value minus z. Later on we'll substitute. Okay. So now the objective function is maximization. Now the objective function is maximization. So step number 1 is completed. Next step number 2. Step number 2. What is step number 2 in simplex method? Same as t. What is that? Check the right hand side values. If any value is negative, then multiply that constraint into minus 1. Okay. If both the values are positives, all the values are positives. Here I said both the values because only two constants are there. That means if all the values are positives, then you can ignore step number 2. In this case, all are positives here, 5 and 6, both are positives, you can ignore step number 2. Next, step number 3. Step number 3 is nothing but you can convert this LP into standard form. Standard form means, what is the meaning of standard form? Objective function is maximization type. I got it. Constraints are equality type. Now I required both the constraints should be equal type. So how you will make it as equal type? By introducing slack and surplus variables. So now see, slack and surplus variables means what is that? Slack variables are used only for less than equal type constraints. Surplus variables are required only for greater than equal to type constraints. And remember, whenever a surplus variable is used, you require definitely one artificial variable. This point should be remembered. What is that? Slack variables do not require artificial variables because slack variables are added. Added means automatically unit matrix exists. Surplus variable, whenever you are using surplus variable required artificial variable. And whenever you are using surplus variable, because surplus variable is subtracted, so that's why whenever you are using surplus variable, you require artificial variable. So artificial variable is added, surplus variable is subtracted. Now see, how many less than equal type constraints are there? Less than equal type constraints are not there. That means you don't require slack variables. Slack variables are not required to this LPP. Now how many greater than equal type constraints are there? How many greater than equal type constraints are there? 2 are there. That means how many surplus variables are required? How many surplus variables are required? 2 surplus variables are required. So original problem x1, x2 is completed. That means what are the surplus variables you required? x3, x4 surplus variables. Because 2 greater than equal type constraints are there, you require 2 surplus variables. So whenever surplus variables are used, you require artificial variables. That means how many artificial variables are required? 2. Why you require 2? Because 2 surplus variables are used. So what is the surplus variables you are considering? Surplus variables you are saying that x3 and x4 are the surplus variables. That means whenever 2 surplus variables are used, you require 2 artificial variables. So next value, what is the next value? x5 and x6 are the artificial variables. So that means how many slack variables, surplus variables are required? 2. Whenever surplus variables are used, you require artificial variables. That means how many artificial variables are required? 2. So that means total how many variables are required? 4. So original problem 2 are completed. That means x3 and x4 are the surplus variables. Surplus variables should be subtracted. Remember. Okay. And x5, x6 are the artificial variables. So artificial variables are always added. Okay. Artificial variables are always added. Right. Step number 3. Step number 3. Introduce. Step number 3. Introduce the surplus variables. Introduce the surplus variables x3, x4 greater than equal to 0, x3, x4 greater than equal to 0, and artificial variables x5, x6 greater than equal to 0, artificial variables x5, x6 and non-negative variables. Okay, x5, x6 greater than equal to 0, and put the cost of these variables is equal to, is equal to 0 comma 0 comma minus m comma minus m respectively. What is the meaning of this one is, for slack and surplus variables cost is 0, surplus variables cost is also equivalent to 0, but artificial variables cost is minus m. You will take in Big M method minus 1 in two-phase simplex method. Because we are doing Big M method, artificial variable cost what I am taking? Minus m. So x6 is also artificial variable minus m. Suppose if you are doing this problem by using two-phase simplex method, then what you have to take, x5 cost is minus 1, x6 cost is minus 1. Okay, so two-phase simplex method means artificial variable cost is minus 1. Big M method means artificial variable cost is, two-phase simplex method means artificial variable cost is minus 1. In Big M method means artificial variable cost is minus m. So that's why two artificial variables are used to minus m, minus m. These are the surplus variables. Slack and surplus variables cost is always equivalent to 0. So where you have to take these things in the objective function. Okay, then we get rid of it. Then we get actually what is the objective function? This is the objective function now. Correct. Then we get maximum z star equal to, what is the maximum z star value? Minus 2x1 minus 3x2 minus 2x1 minus 3x2. Okay, next Slack surplus variables. Surplus variables cost is 0. Okay. So surplus variables generally subtracted, but in objective function you don't want to subtract. So directly you can write addition or subtraction. You can write minus 0 or plus 0. There will be no value. 0 is the value. Okay. So this is nothing but if you want you can write. Okay. So what is the value? 0x3 minus 0x4 minus 0x4 and then x5 artificial variable cost is minus mx5 minus mx6. So slack and surplus variables, if you want you can take plus, no problem. The objective function plus 0 or minus 0, no problem. Okay. So these are the surplus variables. This is the artificial variable. So artificial variable cost is minus m. So minus mx5 minus mx6. Now see the first constraint. So what is the first constraint? This is the first constraint. Okay. So it is greater than equal to. Greater than equal to means slack variable is used or surplus variable is used. Surplus variable is used. So what is the first surplus variable? This is the first surplus variable. What is the variable? X3. So surplus variable is subtracted or added? Subtracted. So that means what you will get? This in twice. So write the next line x1 plus x2. Now first see, later on you can write. So x1 plus x2 greater than equal to means surplus variable is used. Surplus variable is subtracted. So minus x3. Surplus variable is subtracted. Minus x3. How many variables are there in the problem? 6 variables are there. Leave some space for x4, x5, x6. Leave some space. Equal to what is the value? Value is 5. Value is 5. Okay. Now see the second constraint. Second constraint is also greater than equal to. Greater than equal to means you require surplus variable. So what is the next surplus variable? Surplus variable is x4. So x4 is subtracted. Okay. So that means what you will get here? So already x3 is used here. So you will get 0x3. 0x3. X3 has no value here. 0x3. 0x3. Now second constraint is also greater than equal to, so that means you require surplus variable, that is subtracted, minus x4. Minus x4. So that inequality becomes equivalent to. Inequality becomes equal to what is the value? 6 or 6. Value is 6 here. 6. So x3 is the slack surplus variable, x4 is the surplus variable. So what I have told, whenever surplus variables are used, you require artificial variables. So here surplus variable is used or not? So used. That means you require artificial variable. So what is the artificial variable? First artificial variable x5. So artificial variable is always added. Added, what is that? x5 is added for the first constraint. x5 is added for the first constraint. So see, surplus variable and artificial variable is added. Similarly, this is also surplus variable. Okay, you require artificial variable. So what is the next artificial variable? x6. So x6 is added. X6 is added means x5 value here 0. So plus x6. x6 is added. So that here x6 value is 0. Now see, surplus variable is subtracted. So that inequality becomes equal to. So surplus variable is used. So that's why you require artificial variable. So I have used x5 plus x5. This is minus x3. So similarly, second constant is also greater than equal to, you require surplus variable minus x4. Whenever surplus variable is used, you require artificial variable. So that I have used next artificial variable is x6. So artificial variable is added. So plus x6 equal to 0. Now how many variables are there now? Now same concept. What you have done in simplex method, the same thing as this. And xj greater than equal to 0. J equal to 1, 2, so on 6. Up to 6 variables are there. You can write xj greater than equal to 0, j equal to 1, 2, so on 6. Now standard form is completed. Next what you have to write, all of you know what is the next form? Matrix form. So write a matrix form of an LP. Matrix form. So all of you know the matrix form. What is the matrix form? Matrix form is nothing but maximum z equal to capital Cx and then capital Ax equal to capital B and x is greater than equal to 0 and x is greater than equal to 0. It is a matrix form, already you know. So where C equal now C means objective function is this one. So coefficient values. So tell me the coefficient values minus 2, next value minus 3, 0, 0, minus m, minus m. Okay, minus m, minus m. Just write it here. Ax equal to b, x is greater than equal to 0. Here minus m, minus m. minus m minus 1. Okay, next a. A and the coefficient values. So these are the three equations. Tell me the coefficient values. What are the coefficient values? You get 1. Next one is 1, minus 1, 0, 1, 0. Next one is 1, 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. Now see, I will tell you why artificial variable is required. So see here, surplus variable is subtracted here. That's why you are getting minus 1. Okay, and then this is also subtracted, surplus variable. This is minus 1. Okay, that means suppose if you are not adding these artificial variables, suppose if you are not taking these artificial variables, what happened? You will get 1 1 1 2 minus 1 0 0 minus 1. So that means unit matrix. What is the 2 by 2 unit matrix? 1 0 0 1. So unit matrix does not exist. So if you include artificial variables, then only unit matrix exists. So see, artificial variable is added. That's why you are getting 1 0. For the last constant also, artificial variable is added. So 0 1. So now 1 0 0 1 exists. So whenever a constant is greater than equal type or equal type, directly solute IBFS does not exist. See, IBFS does not exist. You are getting minus 1 0 0 minus 1. So for the existence of solution, you require artificial variables. So that's why artificial variables we have used. Now all of you understood. If artificial variables are not included, you won't get initial basic feasible solution. That is 1 0 0 1 you won't get. So that's why you require artificial variable for this first constraint and artificial variable for the second constraint, so that unit matrix exists. Okay. Why you have to get unit matrix? Because these elements only enters into the basis. 1 0 enters and 0 1 enters. Already you have done simplex method. Okay. Next x. X means how many variables are there in the problem? How many variables are there? 6 are there. X1, x2, so on, x6. X1, x2, so on, x6. And last value b. B at the right hand side values. What are the right hand side values? 5, 6. 5, 6. Now same as it is simplex method. Okay. So I will tell you the difference. As it is simplex method, you have to. Next, what is that? What is the next step? Next step is step number 4. What you will use? Simplex table. Simplex table means initial table or starting table. You know what are the columns required in the simplex table. Okay. So starting table or initial table. 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 Initial table. What is the first column required? First column required is YB. What is the second column required? CB. Next column required is XB. Now, how many variables are there in the problem? 6. So that means how many variables are required? 6. So what are the variables? Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, Y6. Cj is the cost matrix. Cj is the cost matrix. As it is what you have done in simplex method. Now write down the Cj values first. This is the C matrix. That means what is it? Minus 2, minus 3, 0, 0, minus m, minus m. Minus m, minus m. Because big M method means you are getting minus m, minus 1. Minus m, minus m. Okay. Now, what are the variables that enters into the basis? Where do you get the unit matrix elements? Those variable enters. Unit matrix means 1 0 0 1. Unit matrix means 1 0 0 1. This is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. x5 means y5. x6 means y6. So what are the variables enters? y5, y6. y5, y6. So what is the y5 variable cost now? Minus m. So in terms of m's you will get now. Z value and Zj minus Cj value in terms of m's you are getting. Yesterday you got numerical values here. You are getting Z value is numeric and Zj minus Cj is numeric values. Now in terms of m's you will get. Okay, so minus m. Y6 is also minus m. Y6 is also minus m. Next xp means B matrices. What is our B matrices? 5 6. B matrices 5 6. Next, as it is representation of A matrices. A matrices as it is you have to substitute. What is A matrices? 1 1 minus 1 0 1 0. Next one is 1 2 0 minus 1 0 1. Okay. Now two things you have to calculate. All of you know what are the things you have to calculate. What is the first value you have to calculate? Z. So for that CB is fixed in each and every formula. So CB is the fixed value. Same calculation. What is the Z formula? CB into XP. Total you have to take. Minus 7 into minus 5. Minus 5 m. This is minus 6 m. Total minus 11 m. In terms of m's you will get now. Minus 11 m. Now Z star you will get. because maximum z star you got now. So maximum z star means you won't get z. Last you will change in terms of z. Now you will get z star value. Because minimization is given, you have converted maximum z star. So z star value we get z star equal to minus 11 minus 11. Okay, and then you have to calculate net evaluation. Net evaluation generally denoted by zj minus cj. Net evaluation is denoted by zj minus cj. Now what is the formula? Cp into y1 minus upper value output. Now see, minus m plus minus m minus 2m. I am writing like this, minus 2m. Upper value of subtract. Subtract means minus of minus 2. Minus of minus 2 is plus 2. So that means what is the total value? Minus 2m plus 2. Minus 2m plus 2. Minus 2m plus 2. This here I write here. Minus 2m. Minus 2m plus 2. Okay. Next value. Cp into y2. Cp into y2 minus m minus 2m minus 3m. Minus m minus 3m minus 2m minus 3m. Minus of minus is plus. So minus 3m plus 3. Next Cb into y3 minus into minus plus m, this is 0. So total value is plus m. Plus m minus 0. Plus m minus 0 is plus m. Okay. Next Cb into y4 0. This is m. M minus 0 is again m. Next Cb into y5 minus m. This is 0. Total value is minus m. Minus m minus of minus m. And minus m plus m. Minus m plus m is 0. This value is also 0. If you get all our positive, solution is completed, like simplex method. All our positives means if you get here plus, here also plus, then automatically solution is completed. So if you get one negative, directly that enters. If you get more than one negative, choose the most negative. Most negative is this is 2m, this is 3m. Which is the most one? 2m or 3m? 3m. So that means what is the variable that enters? y2 variable enters. y2 variable enters. Single negative means directly enters. More than one negative means choose the most negative. Most negative means this is minus 2m, this is minus 3m. So which one is more? Minus 3m is more. So that means most negative enters. Most negative enter means y2 wants to enter. So y2 wants to enter here, already the basis is filled. So you have to identify the deleting variable. So all of you know how to identify the deleting variable. What is the formula? Ratio you have to calculate. What is the ratio formula? Minimum of xd by entering column. What is our entering column here? y2 is entering. So denominator you have to write y2. Denominator you have to write y2. But in your entering column, negative number is there, 0 is there, don't consider the ratio. Only positive numbers ratios you have to consider. So but both are positives here. Both are positives means ratios exist. So the ratios exist, both the ratios I will calculate the ratios. xd by y2. So that means 5 by 1. 5 by 1 means 5, and then 6 by 2. 6 by 2 means 3. Least positive deletes. Least positive deletes means which variable deletes? Which variable deletes? y6 deletes. So which variable enters? y2 enters. Now there is a small change in this method. Up to this the same. So now what is the deleting variable? Deleting variable is y6. y6 is an artificial variable or not. Minus m means it is an artificial vector or artificial variable. Suppose if the deleting variable in BigM method, if the deleting variable is an artificial variable, you should not represent that particular column in the next table. And we should not represent this y6 column in the next table. That means next table, how many columns you will get? y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 only. So you will not consider this column if the deleting vector is an artificial variable, then you won't represent that particular column in the next simplex table. This is the only change. Okay. So now suppose y5 deletes. y5 is also artificial variable. This deletes also, you should not represent that y5 column in the next table. So but in this particular problem, y6 deletes first. y6 is an artificial variable. How you are saying it is an artificial variable? Minus m means it is an artificial variable. So y6 is an artificial variable. It is deleted from the basis. So that's why in the next table, at the second table, you won't represent this y6 column. Up to y5 only you will consider. I think all of you understood. So for drawing the next table, what is it? First you have to identify the key element. So how will you identify the key element? The element which is common to entering column and deleting row. Entering column and deleting row is called key element. So what is the key element here? Key element is 2. Next what you have to do? Already in simplex method you have done. What is the next step? Next step is nothing but make the key element as 1, other element in that particular column should be equivalent to 0 by performing matrix row operations. Row operations you have to consider. So row operation means how many rows are there here? R1 and R2. R1 and R2 is there. So key element is in which row? First row or second row? Second row key element is there. So second row, what is that element? 2. I want 1 here. How will you get 1? By dividing itself. That means what is the operation you have to write? R2 implies R2 by 2. R2 implies R2 by 2, then automatically you will get 1 here. Now you have to make this element, key element, other element in the particular column should be equivalent to 0. So how will you make it 0? So R1 operation you have to write. So what is R1 operation? Key element is there in the second row, so don't touch the first row. So first row will be as it is, that means R1 is as it is. Okay, and then same signs are there, put minus, opposite signs are there, put plus. Now same signs or opposite signs? Same signs. Same signs means what you have to do? You have to put minus. You have to put minus. Next, whatever may be the key element operation. So key element operation, whatever may be the key element operation, that should be copied here. Copied here means what is it? R2 by 2. R2 by 2. Next, go for R1 element. Go for R1 element. What is the R1 element in this particular column? 1. R1 element is 1. That should be multiplied here. Multiplied here means you will get 1. 1 into anything is that number only. That means what you will get? R1 minus R2 by 2. So these are the operations for the second term. What does it say? R2 formula is R2 by 2. R1 is R1 minus R2 by 2. Okay. Now we will do the table number 2, second table. So you have to repeat the procedure. You have to repeat the procedure until you got all R positives, or there is an indication of unbounded solution. Unbounded means both are positive, does not exist, or there is indication of all positives greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So still negative exists. So everything exists, so you got the row operation, so you can move to the second table. So second table. Columns are same. What is the first column? YB. What is the second column? CB. What is the third column? XB. How many variables are there? Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5 only. Y6 you won't represent because it is an artificial variable, it is deleted, so you won't represent this Y6 column in the next table. So up to Y5 only you have to consider. Now what are the variables that it is? Y5 is not deleted, so Y5 will be as it is. Y5 will be as it is. Okay, and then Y6 is deleted. In place of Y6, which variable enters? Y2 enters. Y2 enters. Y6, Y2. Y5, Y2. Okay. So first you have to make a cost matrix Cj. So values are with you -2, -3, 0, 0, -m. Because Y6 is deleted, so -m. Now see, Y5 variable cost -m. Y2 variable cost -3. The remaining values, you have to use these operations. First you have to write second row. Key element is which row? Second row. First write down the second row operation. What is R2 formula? R2 by 2. So in place of second row, what you have to write? R2 by 2. Okay. R2 means this is the second row. This is the second row up to Y5 only. Don't take Y6. Up to Y5 only. Okay. So every value divided by 2. R2 by 2 means every value divided by 6 by 2. 6 by 2 means 3. Next 1 by 2. Next 2 by 2 means 1. 0 by 2 0. Minus 1 by 2. This is 0 by 2 0. Okay. Next you have to write the first row. So first row there is an operation. What is the first row operation? Just I will write here. R1 minus R2 by 2. This is the first row operation. R1 minus R2 by 2. Okay. So R1 means first row is copied as it is. So for calculation part you can do here. Okay. So right side you can do the calculation part, or below in the table below you can do the calculation part. So R1 minus R2 by 2. R1 means first row as it is copied. What is the first row? 5, 1, 1, minus 1, 0, 1. Okay. In between minus is there, plus is there. In between minus is there, so minus. Next R2 by 2. R2 by 2 this one. This is R2 by 2. I have calculated. See XB onwards. XB onwards. R2 by 2 is this one. Otherwise, already the row is with you. You can do every value divided by 2. 6 by 2. 6 by 2 means 3. 1 by 2. 2 by 2 means 1. 0 by 2 means 0. Minus 1 by 2. And this is 0 by 2 means 0. Do the calculation. 5 minus 3. This is 2 minus 1 by 2. 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 0. This is minus 1. Minus into minus plus 1 by 2 1. This is the first row operation. First row is we have to copy here. What is the value is 2 1 by 2 0. Next one is minus 1. Next one is 1 by 2 1 by 2, and next one is 1. Now see, key element is 1, y2 column, see y2 column, key element is 1, the key element should be 1, other element should be equivalent to 0 by using matrix row operations. So now see, key element is 1, other element is equivalent to 0, that means your operation is correct. Your operations are, these operations are correct. And one more point you have to remember, in every table, whether it is a starting table or second table or third table, in every table always unit matrix exists. Unit matrix means in this particular problem 1 0 0 1. See 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. Every table it will exist. If it did not exist, you have done some mistake. Okay, so every table unit matrix exists. Okay, so again you can calculate the z star value. Z star value you can calculate. If you get all our positive, solution will be completed. Otherwise, you can go to the next table again. Okay, so CB is the fixed. So I am doing the calculation z star because minimum z is given, so that's why we get z star value here. So z star value is minus 2m plus 9. Sorry, minus 2m minus 9. Minus 2m minus 9. Minus 2m minus 9. Z star value is minus 2m minus 9. I think all of you are able to see this value. Just right here. Z star value is minus 2m minus 9. Minus 2m minus 9. I think all of you are able to see this value now. Minus 2m minus 9. Otherwise, if you have space, you can write like this. Z star equal to minus 2m minus 9. Z star equal to minus 2m minus 9. Next, you have to calculate net evaluation, that is denoted by Zj minus Cj. Zj minus Cj. Now, Cb into y1, straightforward. Cb into y1, this is minus m 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus m by 2. This is minus calculation part you can do. I will do the calculation part here. This one is completed, just I will write it out. Now see Cb into y1, so minus m into 1 by 2 minus m by 2. In the margin you can do the calculation part. Minus 3 into 1 by 2, that means minus 3 by 2. Upper value you have to subtract. What is upper value? Upper value is minus 2, that is minus of minus. Minus of minus is plus. So this is the calculation part you are getting, that means what you will get LCM is 2. Just I will write minus m. This is minus 3 plus 4. That means what you will get minus m plus 1 by 2. Directly I will write that one. Okay, minus m plus 1 by 4. This is the first value we get, minus m plus 1 by 4. Okay, next Cb into y2, minus m into 0 0, minus 3 into 1 minus 3, minus 3 minus of minus 3 plus 3, minus 3 plus 3 0. Next Cb into y3, this is minus m into minus 1 plus m. This is 0, m minus 0 is m. Next Cb into y4, again do the calculation. Cb into y4, Cb into y4, minus m into 1 by 2, that means minus m by 2. This is minus into minus, minus into minus is plus, that means minus into minus 1 by 2, that means plus 3 by 2. Sorry, minus 3 into minus 1 by 2, plus 3 by 2. So upper value is 0, that means what you will get, this is minus m plus 3 by 2. Minus m plus 3 by 2. Minus m plus 3 by 2. Last value, minus m into 1, minus m, this is 0, minus m minus of minus m, and minus m plus m 0. If you get all our positive, solution is completed. If you get single negative, directly that enters. But in this case, how many negatives you got? Again, you are getting 2 negatives. And again, one more table you will get. So this is minus m plus 1 by 4. This is minus m plus 3 by 4. This is minus m plus 3. This is minus m plus 1. Which is more negative? So ignore the negative. Whichever may be more, that will be considered. So m plus 3 is more compared to m plus 1. So that means which variable wants to enter here? Which variable wants to enter here? Y4. Y4 wants to enter into the basis, but already the basis is filled. So you require the deleting variable. So deleting variable means all of you know the formula. What is the formula? Ratio you have to calculate. What is the ratio formula? Minimum of xb by entry column. What is your entry column? Entry column is y4. Entry column is y4. Entry column is y4. But the condition is in your entry column, at least one positive number is required for the ratio. If both the values are negatives or zeros, it indicates unbounded solution. But in this case, what is that? If you observe y for column 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, negative value won't consider. We won't consider the negative value. Only positive numbers ratios we consider. So how many positives are there? Only one positive. Only one positive means directly that deletes. There is no choice. Only one positive means directly that deletes. If two positives are there, you will calculate the ratio and you will take the minimum ratio. But in this case, what is it? Already one variable is negative, so negative ratio we won't consider. So obviously one positive value is there, directly that deletes. Otherwise, if you want to calculate, you can calculate. So it is not required because second value is negative, ratio won't consider. Obviously one positive is there, so directly that deletes. So that deletes means which variable deletes? Y5. So Y5 is an artificial variable or not? Minus m. Minus m means Y5 is an artificial variable. So artificial variable is deleted from the basis. That means you should not represent this Y5 in the next table. In the next table, you won't represent that Y5 because it is an artificial variable. Y5 is an artificial variable. It is deleted from the basis. That's why you should not represent Y5 column in the next table. Okay. Now identify the key element. So what is the key element here? The element which is common to entering column and deleting row. So entering column is y4, deleting row is y5. So that means what is the key element? Key element is 1 by 2. Key element is 1 by 2. Next what you have to do? Same. Make the key element as 1. This should be equivalent to 1. Other element should be equivalent to 0 by performing matrix row operations. How many rows are there again? How many rows are there? 2 rows. What are the rows? R1, R1, R2. R1 means key element is in which row? First row. So first row means first row operation you have to write. So I want 1 here. How will you get 1? How will you get 1? 1 by 2 is there. How will you get 1? By multiplying 2. By multiplying 2 you will get automatic 2 to get cancelled. You will get 1. So that means what is that? This R1 implies 2R1. If you want to multiply into 2, then automatically you will get 1. So R1 implies R1 2R1. Okay. Next R2 operation you have to write. What I have told R2 operation means key element is there in the first row. First row means second row will be as it is. R2 is as it is. R2 is as it is. Now same signs are there, put minus. Opposite signs are there, put plus. Now these are opposite signs. Opposite signs means plus. Opposite signs means plus. Now whatever may be the key element operation that should be copied. Key element operation is 2R1 that should be copied here. 2R1. Key element operation is 2R1. Okay, now go for R2 element. What is the R2 element? Now R2 element is, now see R2 element. What is the R2 element we have? Minus 1 by 2. R2 element is minus 1 by 2. That means this is minus 1 by 2. So R2 element is minus 1 by 2. That should be multiplied here. Multiplied here means minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. I will write neatly. So this is 2R1. This is minus 1 by 2. R2 element is minus 1 by 2. So that minus 1 by 2 is multiplied there. That means 1 by 2, this 2 get cancelled. This 2 get cancelled. Finally, what is the operation we are getting? What is the operation value we are getting? What is the operation value we are getting? R2 implies R2 minus R1. R2 implies R2 minus R1. 2 get cancelled. Then automatically we will get R2 implies R2 minus R1 you will get. Okay. Now begin the third table. Table number 3. I think you may get answer in the third table. So table number 3, third table. Okay. So columns YB, CB, XB, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. Y5 won't be there because it is deleted. It is deleted means Y4 won't be available in the next table. So Y5 I am not writing. Okay. So y minus 2 minus 3 0 0. Now which variable is there? Y5 deletes. In place of Y5 which variable enters? Which variable enters? Y4. So that means Y4 enters. Y2 will be as it is. Now see, Y4 variable cost 0. Now this is the ordinary simplex method problem. Y2 variable cost minus 3. The remaining values you have to use these operations. First key element operation. What is the key element operation? R1 implies 2R1. R1 implies 2R1. Okay. R1 means this is R1. R1 every value into 2 into 2. What is 2 into 2? 4. 2 into 1 by 2 1. 2 into 0 0. 2 into minus 1 minus 2, 2 into 1 by 2 1. See, k element is 1. That means your operation is correct. You are getting 1 here. You are getting 1 by 4. You are getting 1. That means your operation is correct. Next, R2 implies second operation. R2 minus R1. Direct subtraction. R2 minus R1. This is R2. This is R1. R2 minus R1. 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. 0. 1 minus 0. 1. 0 minus of minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 by 2. Oh, sorry, here plus 1 by 2. You are not getting 0. That means we have done mistake here. So only value you have to consider. 1 by 2 only you have to consider. So plus R2 value is 1 by 2 because I have already considered the opposite signs. I have already considered the opposite signs. I am putting plus. Already I am considering the sign. Again, don't consider the sign. So what is the R2 value? R2 value is 1 by 2 only. That 1 by 2 should be multiplied here. That means 2 to get cancelled. So what is the R2 operation? R2 implies R2 plus 1 only because opposite signs I have already considered. Opposite signs means I am just putting plus. Okay. So plus means already I am considering the sign. Okay. So again, don't consider the sign again. So by taking R2 value, what is R2 element? 1 by 2. So that 1 by 2 is multiplied here. 2 to get cancelled. That means R2 implies R2 plus R1. R2 plus R1. R2 implies R2 plus R1. And these two you have to add. Okay. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 1. 1 plus 0. 1. 0 plus into minus, that is minus 1. Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 0. Now you are getting 0. That means your operation is correct. So previously I have written R2 minus R1. I am not getting 0 here. That means you have done mistake. That's why I have changed. Okay, because the negative sign I won't consider because opposite signs I have already put plus. So R2 element is only 1 by 2 that I am multiplying here. 2 to get cancelled. You are getting R2 implies R2 plus R1. Okay. Now see, k element is 1, other element is 0. K element should be 1, other element should be equal to 0. Every table unit matrix exists. Unit matrix 1 0 0 1. It exists. So now calculate the Z. Now Z star again. Because minimization is given, Z star you have to calculate. So Z star, now this is a simplex problem. Okay. 0 into 4 0. This is minus 3 into 5 minus 15. Next you have to calculate net evaluation Z minus CJ. CP into Y1 0 minus 3 plus 2. Again you are getting one more thing. Minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2 you are getting. So that means what you will get? Minus 1 again I am getting. Okay. So 0. This is minus 3 plus 3 0. Next one 0 plus 3 you are getting. And then 0 here. If you get all our positive, solution is completed. If you get a single negative directly enters. I am not getting again positives, all are positives. I got one negative. So one negative means this enters. You have to repeat the procedure. Repeat the procedure means y1 wants to enter here. So some variable must be deleted. For that, what you have to calculate? You have to calculate ratio. What is the ratio? Minimum of xb by entering column. What is your entering column now? Y1 is the entering column. Y1. Entering column is Y1. But in your entering column, both the values should be positive. Both the values are positive. Negative value, 0 value, you won't consider the ratios. But already both the values are positives, both the ratios exist. Xp by y1, 4 by 1, 4. 5 by 1, 5. That means what is the least positive? Least positive is 4. Least positive is 4. And which variable deletes? Y4 deletes. In place of Y4, which variable enters? Y1 enters in the text table. Now identify the key element. Key element is the element which is common to entering column and deleting row is called key element. So what is the key element here? 1. 1 is the key element. Make the key element as 1. If it is already 1, no problem. Otherwise, make the key element as 1. Other element should be equivalent to 0. So already the key element is 1. So that means what is that? How many rows are there? 2 rows are there. R1, R2. So R1 implies R1 because already the key element is 1. You should not require any modification. Okay. So next R2 implies. So R2 implies R2. Same signs are there, just put minus. Copy the key element to operation, that is R1. So whatever may be the R2 element, that should be multiplied here. Multiplied here means R2 element is 1, that should be multiplied here. So that means what is that? R2 minus R1 only. So these are the operations for the last table. I think, I hope in the next table you will get the answer. Okay. So what is that table? Fourth table. So like this you have to repeat the procedure until you get all R positives or there is an indication of unbounded solution. Or there is an indication of unbounded solution. Up to that we have to repeat the same procedure. Okay. So now fourth table. Fourth table. Fourth table. Columns are same. What is the columns? YB, CB, XB, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4. Cj is the cost matrix. Cj means what is it? -2, -3, 0, 0. -2, -3. Y, which variable deletes? Y4 deletes. Arrow mark is outside, Y4 deletes. Y4 in place of Y4, Y1 enters. Y1, Y2. Y1 variable cost -2, Y2 variable cost is -3. Remaining, you can use these operations. R1 implies R1. R1 implies R1 is first row as it is copied. 4, 1, 0, -2, 1. Next, second row operation. R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 is second row minus first row. 5 minus 4. 1, 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. Minus 1, minus of minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2. It means 1. This is 0 minus 1, minus 1. Now see, key element is 1. See the y1 column. Y1 columns, key element is 1, other element is equal to 0. Unit matrix exists 1, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So now you can calculate the z value. Z star you can calculate. So z star value -8, -3. That means -7. -8, -3, -7. Next is Zj minus Cj. Net evaluations you can calculate. So -2 into 1, -2. This is 0. -2 plus 2. -2 minus 2. -2 minus of -2 into -2 plus 2, 0. This is 0. This is -3. -3 plus 3. Minus of -2 plus 0. Next, -2 into -2, 4. This is -3. 4 minus 3, 1. 1 minus 0, 1. Next, this is -2. This is plus 3. -2 plus 3 means 1. 1 minus 0, 1. All are positives or not? You are getting all Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. Hence, solution is completed. What is your answer for this particular problem? For the particular problem, Z star value is 11. Okay. So here you can write. Therefore, all Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. All Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. Hence, we have been reached the optimum solution. Hence, we have been reached the optimum solution. Hence, we have been reached the optimum solution, and the optimum value of z is given by, actually what is the z star equal to minus z. That means what is the z value? So z equal to minus z star. Z equal to minus z star. Okay, z equal to minus z star. That means that implies z equal to minus z star means what is it? -7. Z star is what? -7. Therefore, z equal to what is the z value again? Z equal to 11. Z equal to 11. Z equal to 11 for the variables. Original problem, how many variables are there? Original problem x1, x2 are there. Go for y1, y2. So y1 is there. What is the y1 value? Y1 value is 4. What is the y2 value? Y2 value is 1. That means what is the x1 value? X1 value is 4 and x2 value equivalent to 1. x2 value equivalent to 1. So y1 value, y1 is there in the basis at the value 4. Y2 is there in the basis at the value 1. So x1 equal to 4 and x2 equal to 1. So this is similar to simplex method only. The only thing is in terms of m's you will get, because in bigger method artificial variables will use artificial variable coefficient value will take -m. So that way in terms of -m you will get, and then the procedure is same. What is that? Up to what level you have to repeat the procedure until you got all Zj minus Cj greater than equal to 0. Otherwise, there is an indication of unbounded. Unbounded minus negative values are zeros. No positive exists. So there is an indication of unbounded solution. You have to repeat this procedure. I hope all of you understood. So in the next class, we will do 1 or 2 more problems so that you can understand better simplex bigger method. Okay. Thank you.